Seeing the action figure in person, taking a hold of it and really taking a look at all of the details, examining it and playing with it actually is a really different experience from just watching a video review or possibly hearing comments about the action figure. So for this video review, let us take the case of G.I. Joe Classified Series Lieutenant Falcon. So we have the Lieutenant Falcon action figure and the included accessories out of packaging. So with the accessory set, I have no problem with the weapon, the bag, the knife. Perfect. So let's take those things aside. Okay, so it's just going to be the action figure. Now, neck down, I really don't have a problem with regards to execution of the action figure. Now, most concentration on this action figure is actually going to be neck up. Okay, so we have Lieutenant Falcon up close and personal. So first thing that I did with regards to the scarf. Now, that scarf is going to be a loose item, but it's a trademark Lieutenant Falcon characteristic to have that scarf on him at all times. So I glued that scarf directly to the collar of the action figure, so that way it's not going to flap around. But I just wish that somehow that scarf was just a molded in material together with the collar, so we don't have any of those problems. But having a separate piece, green piece, actually works. You know that it is a scarf, not a molded material. Okay, now with regards to the face. So this is the most debatable item about this action figure, which actually when I took a hold of this action figure yesterday at my friend's place, I was really surprised that the head unit actually is not bad at all. Well, he already made me hold the action figure that he already modded. Now, modifications on the face of the action figure. So with just a little bit of acetone, he took off some of the paint on the eyebrows and took off the paint on the lips. And the last thing that he did actually, which really made the head unit really desirable, was actually replace the beret. So I have also a spare beret on board. I should actually put on the action figure right now. Okay, so this beret is just way too small for the head of the action figure. So the beret that is on this action figure is from G.I. Joe Classified Series Sergeant Stalker. So I just painted the flash black because the flash on this beret is actually painted gold. Okay, so this complements more the head unit of the action figure. So I really don't know whether other collectors are doing the same thing, but for my fellow collector, the one I bought the broken Green Lanterns from, this is the mod that he did. So he took off the paint on the lip, took off the excess paint on the eyebrows, left and right, and actually took off some of the gray highlights on the cheeks of the action figure, which I also did. So this is the end result on this face unit. So actually, as you could see right now, with a new beret on board, the head unit is actually not bad at all. So my fellow Filipino collector who also has this same figure, actually I modded him the same exact figure. So this is my copy. He also has a copy of his own. So utilizing the Tiger Force Duke and Ram cycle set the Duke figure there. So he also has these modifications on his custom Lieutenant Falcon action figure. Okay, So right now, this custom Lieutenant Falcon action figure sports the beret that comes from this guy. Okay, so actually he took cues on the face unit of this Snake Eyes alternate head unit, wherein he was looking at this action figure, the head unit of this action figure, and was really questioning why this head unit really works with a Lieutenant Falcon kit bash or mod or custom. So he looked at the eyebrows, he looked at the paint on the lips, and he took cues on repairing this guy. So as you could see right now, the head unit on this action figure is really not bad. It is actually just okay. So taking inspiration from this head unit, because the difference between my version and his version of this action figure, he took off the gray highlights on the face unit of this action figure, while I retained those gray highlights. And on this action figure right now, his copy supports the beret from this Lieutenant Falcon, which actually is the proper fitting beret for a head unit like this. So actually this head unit is smaller than that head unit. Okay, so accessories. So let's talk about the backpack that is included with this Lieutenant Falcon action figure. So when you take it out of packaging, this thing really lacks details. Actually, details are already there, but because of the color, it's just too dark green that you need a Gundam marker to highlight all of the lines on this bag. So which I actually did. So even the creases on the bag, I painted them with the Gundam marker to black. So let's compare with the original piece. So as you could see, there's going to be a color difference with regards to the original 3.75-inch accessory, which is made of lighter green material compared to the G.I. Joe Classified series, which is darker. But with regards to details, same details. And with the knife that is included, so take a look at the details on the blade. So actually it's the same thing. Okay, so let's talk about the weapons. The shotgun. So this is the Auto 12 shotgun that is included with the Lieutenant Falcon figure. So how do I know that this is an Auto 12, not a pump action shotgun? It's because of this charging handle on the slide. So you see the charging handle. Only Auto 12 shotguns have that. So this is actually a Auto 12 shotgun, and good that the one that is included in my set, which I ordered last night and it arrived this afternoon, this Lieutenant Falcon Classified series set, that the weapon is not warped. It is really nice and straight. So I guess Amazon really had this G.I. Joe Classified series in a cooler environment or controlled environment, so the plastic pieces did not warp. Okay, but the only problem that I have, as you could already have noticed earlier, is because of the stock, the end of the stock. It easily detaches from this end, so I'm debating whether I'm going to super glue that thing or not. As for ammunition on this 12 gauge shotgun, so those are micro shotgun shells. Okay, so what are micro shotgun shells? So we have a standard 3.5-inch shotgun shell. So this is just a dummy round, so something that you could use for practice. So as you could see, the primer is missing, so this is a dummy round. So if it's a micro shell from a standard 3.5-inch full 12 double-aught back 12 gauge shell, so if it's a micro shell, it's just going to be this length. So actually it increases your capacity of having more ammunition on this Lieutenant Falcon shotgun, having those kind of shells. So from 5 I mean, so the possible capacity of this is 5 plus 1 in the chamber. So if you have micro shells on board, you increase the capacity to 10 plus 1, and he could store more micro shells on the packets that he has on his pistol belt with Y harness. So actually really works with this set. So I'm going to use this shotgun with this Lieutenant Falcon action figure. So special mention to my fellow Filipino collector Bulworth for showing this mod to me. So shared his version of Lieutenant Falcon, the modifications that he did, which I also adapted to my copy, which just arrived this afternoon. Okay, so aside from fixing the head unit, replacing the beret, gluing the scarf to the collar, he also added these two accessories, which I'm going to show now. So the drop leg pistol holster is going to come from G.I. Joe Classified series Sergeant Stalker, and the knife, that knife also comes from G.I. Joe Classified series Sergeant Stalker. And since the original Lieutenant Falcon came with a molded L-shaped flashlight on his leg, well, since we have a pistol on the right thigh, I just placed the flashlight on the left thigh in this configuration. Actually, it still looks cool or works. So that is from G.I. Joe Classified series Tiger Force Outback. So I have a lot of Outbacks in my collection, a lot of Stalkers, so, and also a lot of Recondo. So those pieces from those action figures I used to modify or custom or play with the action figures that I want to put on review. So this is now G.I. Joe Classified series Lieutenant Falcon 2.0, and let's put on my personal version. Before I had this guy, I had this. So let's do a 360 view of both Lieutenant Falcon figures. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.